Hello, sport fan. This is Stephen Hill for Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering what the end part of the NBA season taught us. Before we get right into this, I'm going to make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you know all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Looking at the Boston Celtics, they've won their 18th NBA Finals championship, and that's an amazing feat for an organization that over the years has had decorated teams and had amazing sets of players throughout decades of play. And you saw the versatility of the Boston Celtics. What we learned about the Boston Celtics is simply this. They're a versatile group of people. You saw Kristaps Porzingis, game one and game two, really dominated, really set the tone for the annihilation of the NBA Finals. You saw Tatum really have a great overall series. Jaylen Brown, the MVP of the Finals, essentially attacked. He essentially guarded Luka the entire series. He was switching, swapping, anything he could do to set off Luka as far as playing defense against him, and challenged him offensively to go back and forth. That's why he won the NBA MVP. He's the leading man as far as the highest contract on the team. That's probably going to be passed by Jason Tatum once he gets his max this offseason. But they're just a phenomenal group. Having Derek White on this team is amazing, and also Jrue Holiday. When you think about Holiday and his timely defensive stops, his timely shots that he made, when they needed to stop Dallas Maverick runs, he was one of the guys that stopped them, whether it be defensively, whether it be scoring, timely baskets, and essentially what they did, they're versatile four guys. When you talk about Holiday, when you talk about Tatum, Brown, and Derek White, these guys can guard 3 to 4 positions apiece. These guys can do it without switching. They can do it playing guys bigger than them, smaller than them, and they essentially got the job done overall. I think the Boston Celtics will be trying to re-sign Derek White. They will be re-signing Jason Tatum with the Supermax. But you got to think, the ownership for the Celtics has no problem paying the luxury tax if they're winning NBA titles. Now, they're not in the NBA luxury tax like the Golden State Warriors are or like the Clippers are, but they're going to be in the luxury tax re-signing guys that actually won championships and essentially are moving to put the ratio on the roster to where they're rebuilding another championship roster. Not just signing guys back that were just good, but signing guys that were key and pivotal to what the success is. Now, on the flip side, what the Mavs have learned they just need to get better from the standpoint of developing the talent that they have. 6 months ago, this team was not the championship team that we saw it was, that beat the Western Conference Finals and then got to the finals. That wasn't this team 6 months ago. So you got to think, Luka is great. Kyrie is great. Those are your great guys that are on the team. You got to work on P.J. Washington being more than just a 3-and-D guy. You got to work on Hardy with his rebounding and timely layups and assists. You got to think, Derek Lively is going to be a star on this team. He's just 20 years old. He hasn't really come into his own. He just started shooting threes. So I think that he's going to be the most improved player out of all these players on the team that was in the finals. I can see him carving out a role as a perennial all-star in the West. He's a big that has soft hands, that knows how to get around the rim as far as laying up and dunking and getting trash points. That's going to help him up his average 3 to 4 points more a game, a night. And you got to think, with his defense being a rim protector and him being patient, him staying out of foul trouble, that's going to be crucial for him moving forward. And you got to think, overall, the Mavs, Jason Kidd and company, I give you an A+ on the season because we didn't count on you to be there at the finals. I didn't see this team getting past the Minnesota Timberwolves. I darn sure didn't see them in the finals. So, it's tough because this team made it farther. They overachieved, and that just means they're ahead of schedule versus back behind schedule. So I think they just have to improve with Lively, with Washington, get these guys some coaching in the offseason and get in the lab and work on the crucial things, the small things that are going to make you better as a center. The small things are going to make you better more than just shooting jump shots and more than just playing defense, but the intricates of passing, the intricates of setting screens, of using backdoor moves and doing things like this and footwork. That's going to be the thing that pushes the Dallas Mavericks to the next level in the West, because you got to think, you got Oklahoma City, you have the Denver Nuggets, you have the Clippers, you have so many different teams that are still in contention that this is going to be big for this team moving forward. They're going to need to know what they're going to do. And overall, what did the NBA learn from the NBA Finals? That the Boston Celtics' patience paid off. The ability to let your team lose and not hit the emergency panic button, not to get rid of everybody, not to start trading away all your pieces, but Brad Stevens deserves a vote of confidence because he went from coach upstairs in the front office, and he did a part of making this team better by trades. Getting the trade for Porzingis, getting him there with 2 draft picks first round, making the trade for Drew Holiday, sending pieces away for the Williams brother, making things go and do what you need to do, and putting the team that you need in place so your coaching staff can really coach, and giving them time to develop players, giving them time to develop the actual plan of what they want to do as far as the NBA champion and really do this. You've seen them lose in the conference finals so many times. Saw them lose to the Golden State Warriors in the finals. They were back against Dallas, and they made quick work of Dallas. So you want to think that moving forward, the Celtics have the blueprint. They do have the blueprint. It's just teams have to be patient with what they're doing, because if you don't, it's going to be messy. It's going to be sloppily put together, and it's just not going to be the same thing. Take time, have guys develop, let them come into their own as leaders, players, and actually guide them, make them better shooters, make them better rebounders and such, and then go from there. So I feel like the NBA had a pretty good season overall. As you know, the Boston Celtics won their 18th championship, and that was pretty much, the way the cookie crumbles. So are you NBA fans? Get in the comment section below. What do you think about next season? What do you think about the roles that they got right now? What do you think of the rest of the offseason and the draft? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus. We'll see you in the very next episode.